And welcome to Greater Zion Stadium. What a game we had here. Utah Tech with a 37-31 win over Stephen F. Austin. Big plays all the way around for everybody involved. Utah Tech coming away. They had a couple of big defensive stands late in the fourth quarter, and they come away with the 6-point win. Rod Zundel here, of course, Devin Osborne, Kendra Sheehan from the WAC and UAC. Are you from the WAC or the United Athletic Conference, or both, or what?
I'm both. I'm the Director of Digital Communications for the WAC and also the conference reporter for the UAC.
Okay, so this is the opener, the debut for Utah Tech in the UAC, United Athletic Conference. I better get in here because, got to do some ugly. You're tall, I'm ugly, and she's pretty. So, what a game. I mean, we're Utah Tech and Stephen F. Austin, a couple of great rivalries last year, a goal line stand this year, a 4th and 1, and they stopped them and scored, and it's turning into quite a rivalry.
It certainly is. I was at that game last year in Nacogdoches, watching it down to the wire as that last play where Utah Tech ended up sealing the deal. And, yeah, it really has become a cool rivalry, and I think it's really exciting for Utah Tech and the way that they came out. Is their first conference matchup. You know, the vibe's a little bit different when you have a conference game, and I think the players felt that in the locker room, and they came out with a lot of intensity.
4 of the first 5 on the road, Devin and Kendra, and they come home after a month away, and they get a huge win. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, has Utah Tech ever been 1-0 in conference play in Division I since coming to the FCS? Do you recall?
This is actually our second time, because I remember when we first played, we played against Tarleton State when we opened up in the spring season, and we started off 1-0.
Okay, the spring season. Okay, do we count that?
We'll see. I mean, it's on you guys. But, this is how Utah Tech came out and wanted to prove a statement and wanted to prove a point that they could come back from last year and do the same thing and start off 2-0. Now they're 2-0 against Stephen F. Austin in the last 2 years.
Yeah, this is the Johnson Pediatric postgame show waiting for Coach Peterson here. It's going to be a happy Coach Peterson. Of course, with the onside kick, he may not be too happy. So we're waiting for him, Kendra Sheehan of the WAC and UAC. Kendra, talk about the UAC. How's it going? How's the merger with the ASUN to make the UAC? Is everybody happy about what's going on?
Yeah, I've spoken to numerous athletic directors, coaches, and they're excited about it. I think it brings stability to the conference, to the league in terms of the WAC not having enough schools to get that automatic qualifier. They had to pair with the ASUN for the last 2 years, so this just merges them. And it gives them a chance to play against some ASUN schools now in the UAC that are really good competition. You have ranked Eastern Kentucky, Central Arkansas as one of the best running backs in the nation in Shandarick Powell, and so it gives them a chance to play new competition and elevates the conference.
What's the, I don't want to say attitude, but what's the feeling with the WAC, the UAC, with Utah Tech in the final year of the transition before they get to be full-fledged FCS Division I? What's the attitude and the thinking? Do they want Utah Tech to surprise everybody even though they can't go to the FCS playoffs?
I think, you want every team to do well, and it is kind of that, you get there, but you can't make it to the NCAA tournament, and so, but no one really tries to look at that. You ask, head coach Paul Peterson about it, he's just focused on the season, and I spoke actually with our Utah Tech men's basketball this morning when they were handing out water at the St. George Marathon, and he said, it's just a big recruiting tool, so using this is your final year, next year is the year, and so we haven't really talked about, if Utah Tech makes it or anything, just really hoping that all our teams, have a successful and healthy season.
Yeah, so is everybody pretty happy with the merger and the way things are going? And what's the biggest benefit other than just you have some regular season games and conference games to play now?
I think in terms of scheduling also, I know last year, when some of the schools had dropped out, it forced a lot of scheduling complications. Yeah. So teams had to pick up, Stephen F. Austin was one of those teams. They had to pick up Warner. Right. And so
we had to play our rivals twice.
Right.
Yeah.
So it does create that stability and being able to have that set schedule. Utah Tech doesn't get to play Central Arkansas or Tarleton State and face their former quarterback in Victor Gabalis over there.
We want to do that, darn it. That'd be fun.
I love Vic.
I know.
I love Vic.
He threw some great passes to you, but he should have gone to conference member.
He went to a purple school, so it kind of sucks for us, but he's doing good right
Yeah,
now.
what's with purple in the WAC?
I know, and
UAC?
then you can't escape it. Purple is actually my favorite color, and so I do like when sorry guys, when two purple schools can play each other, then I can wear purple because I like to be impartial.
I can't even wear blue, and then if I wore purple once, and Paul Peterson let me have it, so I knew. He said, "You know what? Quit being like every other team in this conference." So I can't. All I can wear is. Well, I wore blue.
You wore blue today. That's
I want to see you wear purple next home game.
I might have to. We'll see. Oh, wait, we're playing Austin P, right?
No.
North Alabama. You're at North
We're at
Alabama.
North Alabama.
Next.
Okay, then we come home for. Who do we got? Eastern Kentucky. Yeah.
For homecoming?
And I was looking forward to going to Eastern Kentucky. I want to go. I've never been to Kentucky. You been to Kentucky?
I have actually. I used to work in Southern Illinois, and our demographic bordered on Western Kentucky. So yes, I've been out there for a couple high school football games.
Okay,
Nice
so
area.
tell the fans in Trailblazer Nation where they can go to, and a little bit about what you guys are doing as a conference in social media, in your stories, because you're doing shows and all that kind of stuff. Tell us a little bit about it and where we can go see you.
Yeah, so everything's on our social media at UAC Football, and then we have a YouTube page as well, UAC Football. We do 3 segments each week. One is our favorite plays of the week. That airs on Tuesday. Then we do a Kicking It with Kendra segment, and that is... I know, I love it.
Kicking It with Kendra.
What's going on with Kicking It with
Wait,
Kendra?
okay, that might be a little country music involved in
Oh
that.
my
And
God, here
we
we
know
go.
how much you like country music.
They're supposed to get maybe
Do you know
a
Toby-
Cowboy Boots sponsor.
Have you ever heard of Toby Keith?
Of course I have. Big fan of Toby Keith.
This is awkward, guys. I've never heard of Toby Keith before.
Oh my gosh.
Never heard of Toby Keith?
That's insane. He's a classic.
Yeah.
Everybody knows, young, old.
Uncle Cracker was doing a concert on the beach of Sand Hollow.
Oh, really?
Thursday, yeah.
Oh.
And then at Sand Hollow, at the Rock Bowl, you haven't been there, have you?
I have not, no.
Yeah, it's a nice little bowl, amphitheater and all that. The Bee Gees tribute band was there.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
All right, continue.
Oh, yeah. So Kicking It with Kendra. So that's a segment that I do with an athlete, and we do it with usually an offensive or defensive player of the week. Hello, Coach Paul Peterson. I will get out of the way in just a second. And then on Fridays, we do our 2-minute turn-up segment. We pick a game of the week that we feature this week. Head Coach Paul Peterson was in person. We've never done it in person. Usually it's over Zoom. So that goes out on Friday. And then we have everything, updates on social media, and whenever we can get more, we'll let you know.
All right, well, we'll be watching.
Love it,
I've
yeah.
watched it so far, and I did pronounce your name right.
Yes, you did.
Okay, good. Okay, Paul Peterson, I think he's going to replace you now.
All right, I'll hand off
So,
the
all
mic.
right, Kendra Sheehan, thank you so
Congratulations.
much.
Good
job.
Thank you for
It's
being
fun.
here.
Absolutely.
And tell
Thank
everybody
you,
back
guys.
at the headquarters that we're 1-0 in the conference.
I will. I'll let you know.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, the Johnson Pediatric postgame show continues. And, Coach, what is it about you and Stephen F. Austin when it's 4th down and a 1 yard to go, and they can either win or lose with 1 yard, and your defense comes up with some big plays?
Yeah, our guys stepped up big time, man. That was fun. I'm super proud of them. I lost my voice from yelling at them because I was so happy for them. That was a good feeling. I was sorry. I was halfway to my car. I wanted to go home. After
You,
that
gonna
win.
leave us? You were not going to leave us.
It's a true story.
We'll talk about
Someone
that
was
run
on the
game.
radio, and then they saw me walking. Like, hey, they're waiting for you up there. I was on my way home. I swear.
You know what? I don't
How'd we do?
anything you
How'd we
say.
do run game?
Yeah, talk about the run game.
good,
You know,
man.
Ronnie Walker, Chris Street, and also Nigel Osborne, kind of three-headed
Yeah.
monster. Just
Well, I think that the best part about it is we just been patient with it, and it's allowed Kobe to be able to not have to feel like he's doing too much. So we got a good balance in our offense that way, and really proud of him. You know, we didn't do too bad on. We could be better on 3rd down, but you know, we held them as well and got after the quarterback there late in the game, which was huge with the 3-man rush. And I was just proud of our guys the way they fought. There was a lot of adversity, and but I was proud of our guys being tough.
211 yards rushing, Coach.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and
Or you sound surprised.
no, I'm saying we talked about this in the pregame that you guys had 187 yards rushing against Colorado State. So had some big boys up front,
Yeah.
FBS school, and you controlled the line of scrimmage. You did that here for the most part as well, so that's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
Well, we got some scheme and some guys buying in the plays and just being patient with it, and like we said, if we spread them out passing the ball, they wanted to take away some certain things today. Well, we got to be able to execute in the run game. So pick your poison. That's kind of where we're at right now, and our guys executed really well today, like I said.
Chris Street, towards the end of the game, he realized, oh my goodness, they're letting me score. I better stop. And he tried to stop, but he got carried in. Did you guys talk? Did you talk to that?
No. I think they realized it real late. That's crazy letting us score. I mean, I know they knew after that first down that they would, we could knock the clock off. So that was, very good job by Coach Carthel over there. But a lot of respect for him and his team. They got a ton of guys. Just towards the stretch there, our guys fought, man. I was so proud of them in that fourth quarter and was able to get that win.
I mean, kind of talk about your defense. Cyrus Wester with a big play down there late, but also just that whole D-line just kind of penetrated also Donnie Fuller.
Well, you know what? We had that one before the half that I was pretty fired up at. Cyrus is making a tackle. Yeah. He's got his helmet right into the guy's chest. The guy throws it. We get the pick six. But Cyrus doesn't know if that guy has it or not. And so he finishes the tackle, and they call him for, driving him into the turf or whatever. You know what? And they stopped the game for a targeting, and it wasn't targeting. But, gosh, some of these rules are just ruining the game. Like, how are you going to stop full speed in a play that's so quick and so – he doesn't know the guy threw it. Or that guy's just trying to make a tackle.
And he was stepping over guys, too, and being pushed as well.
Yeah, so it's just that part's kind of frustrating for me. You don't want to – I don't want to say cheat the kids, but just let them play. There's a couple taunting penalties. They're making a big deal of it. They send us film and we get to watch it of things that are happening across the country, and that's one of the things they talked about. I want to emphasize. And man, you got to let them have fun too. There's a fine line. I get that, but when it's harmless and you just want to throw your flag, that makes me upset.
We've had this conversation the last 2 years that you just want to see your teams make the plays when they have to and make the big plays.
They did.
3rd and 23 when the game was on the line.
Yeah.
And Chris Street, 36 yards.
Made a play.
I mean, this shows something about this team that you guys have come to a point where, okay, we can make it no matter what.
Yeah, I just in that situation, I told them to run it no matter what. You don't want to keep that. Either they burn their time out, which they needed to stop the clock, or you get the first down. I wasn't expecting even to get the first down, but I think we had a great block by Alex Foster right there, and then obviously Chris doing his little wiggle that he does, making a big play. That was fun. That sealed it for us. It was huge.
Yeah, Chris Street, 7 carries for 65 yards.
Yeah, big time.
And 66 yards for Nigel. He's helped.
Yeah.
He really had some big
He's
time
not even really
performance.
100%, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah, Chris is going to be your bruiser and fall forward for a couple and get you those 5-6 yards, and that helps. Bo making some big time catches again. Ricky making a big time. Keith, that was huge effort for him on a hitch route and getting to the pylon after that strip sack fumble. Yeah. Just guys making monster plays, which is awesome.
Kobe, big bounce back after the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, for sure. We got to see it a little bit better. We got to get rid of those late across the middle, across your body. But besides that, man, he's seen it well. He's recognizing what they're giving us and made some big plays. So.
All right, you go into your bye week now. 1-0 in conference play.
Fun. Fun for our guys. We've had a really tough stretch. And then to have a home game for our guys, get their feet under them a little bit. We're a little bit banged up, so this will be good. We'll give them a little bit of time off and have some lighter practices and get their feet back under them. They're playing at a high level, executing at a high level. And, we got to reward them.
Besides you guys showing up, student section, the Stampede, they
were loud. That was fun, man. Yeah. We got to teach these guys a little bit better on 3rd down. Freaking get loud. Okay. But besides that, they were money. All
right, Coach. Congratulations, 37-31. You get the win over Stephen F. Austin. You move to 1-0 in the UAC and the bye week, and then you go to North Alabama.
Let's go. Yeah.
All right, Coach Paul Peterson. That'll do it for our Johnson Pediatric postgame show. He's going to get out of here. Now you can go home.
There you go.
There you go.
Thanks, you guys.
Well, wait a second. Where's my,
you want to dab it up?
Come on. Oh, man, it's so much different when they win, isn't it?
I know. He's so happy.
I'll give you a kiss when we lose, too.
Oh, okay. All right, Devin Osborne, wrap this up for us. Impressive what Utah Tech did tonight when they had to. Looks like things were down, and they fought back in the second half when they were down.
Big time. It started off with just that run game, the offensive line really pulling, tie high, pulling across, getting Ronnie Walker, Chris Street, Nigel Osborne up in the open field, and then Kobe Tracy making a count with his slots with Ricky Johnson and Bo Sparks. But that defensive line, and Donde Fulmer back there just wrecking havoc. And then, you got to give credit to the secondary. They made plays here and there, but, it's just overall a great team game.
Yeah. All right, you get a bye week, get to heal up some bumps and bruises. And I just have to say, he's 6'8". I'm just a little bit over 5'8". So, yes, He is tall. I'm short. Deal with it. All right. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you, man.
Yes, sir.
So let's do it again in 3 weeks.
Yep.
All right. So Trailblazers got a bye week, and then they head to North Alabama. Then they come back home for homecoming against Eastern Kentucky. A couple teams we've never seen before.
This is going to be fun.
So there you go. All right, that'll do it for us here in St. George in the Greater Zion Stadium. I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast because it was a dandy. Utah Tech gets the win, 37-31 over Stephen F. Austin. Just a reminder that no coaches show coming up this Tuesday with the bye week. So, for one final time here, we say so long with Utah Tech, 1-0 in the UAC, 37-31 over Stephen F. Austin. Good night, everybody.